Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah. Let's change this song's a little intense, huh? A little intense. Little too much. Oh, good morning, folks. Good morning. If you haven't liked the stream yet, make sure you do so. Helps me out tremendously. It's YouTube to having a great time, of which we are. So just a little update. I think we're going to start doing these at 1 p.m. from here on out. From here on out, 1 p.m., okay? I don't know how long today's stream is going to be. I'm going to be real. I kind of didn't want to stream. I kind of didn't want to. Can we call it slightly early when it's afternoon? No, for sure we can. Remember, slightly early just means we're early. Do the math. Yeah, there's gonna be a stream tonight for sure. Early in the afternoon, exactly. That's good coffee. Thoughts on Tylenol? Would you trade D-Live? Sure. Who gives a fuck anymore? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Huh. Bet. Pet. Packy. Patty. Blank, 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 AE. I don't like that. Blank, A, blank, 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 E. Could be a bunch of different words. Allude. Wait. Pause. That's a good guess. That's a good guess. That's a great guess. Acto. Acne. Accrue. Affode. Able. Come on. Blank, 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 AE. No, I don't think that's it. Guys, I don't think that's it. A X X X. Axel. X. Axial. Is this a word? Oh my god. Okay. So what could it? Okay. Blank Emmy. At home. NE. I mean acne. Is this gonna be some dumb as fuck word, man? Aloe. What is it? I'm not looking. Algae? All right, I'm back. What is it? Could it be awake? No, it can't be awake. Is this? Oh wait, we already guessed L. Able? I mean, what the fuck is this word? A tone? It could be a tone. Adore? No. Adobe. That's a tough way to start the week. Just gonna be real. Clown nose, Nico Harrison. Balloon animal. Bouncy castle. Thinking of stuff that'd be like at a like a kid's party. Bouncy castle. Well, we do have, okay. Bouncy castle, water wings. These things, the whoopee cushion, these things inflate. Whoopee cushion, water wings, bouncy castle, balloon animals. All things that inflate. Good. Good. Lego set, jigsaw puzzle. Yeah. Lego set, jigsaw puzzle, pickup sticks. Light bright. All have pieces that you put in things with a lot of pieces, okay? Clown nose. Red. Stop sign, fire engine, Mariscano cherry. No way that's that easy. Things that are red. We got the kindergarten version today, guys. Jumbo shrimp, funky chicken, sea monkey, dark horse. Ending with animals. We got the kindergarten version today. But we needed a win. We needed a win. So it is what it is. We needed a one. Awoke was a toughie, man. Awoke was a toughie. Let's just get right into it, guys. As of Saturday night, I have by percentages. Watched more Spurs games and more Thunder games than the Dallas Mavericks. I did not go back and watch. I did not go back and watch the Mavs game against the Pistons. The only thing I did go back and watch was Cooper Flagg's possessions. They were dreadful. I mean, just call a spade a spade. He was awful. He's been bad. I mean, we just have to, at some point, just have to be honest. He's been bad to start the year. I would never say this on like Locked On because people would definitely misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not worried about an 18-year-old. He's shown enough that I'm not worried about who he'll be down the line. Like he's got to get stronger. He's playing out of position, although I will say, like they've ramped up the amount of time he spends on the floor with another guard. So he's not like the only guard out there. But they've definitely put him out of position and have I really don't understand why. Like I don't get the logic behind it. But he's been bad. And I think honestly nobody wants to say it. But I think a part of the Mavs struggles, and they're doing this, I don't know why the fuck they're doing this. I don't know why they're playing him at point guard. Like a bit of the Mavs struggles I think is because you do have a 30-minute per game player who's just been playing very poorly. Not scary bad though. No, that's kind of what I agree with. He's not been scary bad. He hasn't been scary bad. And in a weird way, some of these misses in this game were so bad that it was honestly kind of encouraging for me. Why do I say that? It's clear that he's in a mental state that's not good, I would say. Like some of these misses look like big time overthinking, big time trying to press the issue. You know, like, dude, I mean, that's a bad miss. So that's kind of how I feel. My only concern with Flag is where's the dog that was advertised. I think him being on a sort of veteran team has stifled that. Also, I think it's hard when you come out the gates and are playing like this. That's gonna like have an effect on pretty much everyone's psyche. His shot doesn't look bad to me. He hasn't missed a free throw yet. The finishing stuff is bad. You know, and he's blown quite a bit of bunnies over the course of the year. That I'm not, again, I feel is more of kind of like a mental thing. I do like these pull-up threes, though. Those look nice. So you retract the idea of him starting on a non-tanking team was good for him? No, I don't think so. I think just in terms of locker room stuff, I think having some of these vets will be helpful for him. Here's the thing about this Mavs team, though, dude. Like, I'm not going to lie. I watch them, and I think about Kyrie coming back, and I'm like, that could actually be a pretty good team. I really do think that. And I think the fact that they're so much better when D'Angelo Russell's on the floor just proves that to be true to me. Like, legitimately so much better. Like, they go from being seriously maybe a bottom 2 team in the league. Like, I'm not even trolling you. When he's off the floor to being like an actual pretty competent and good looking team when he's on it. It has me thinking like, okay, Kyrie comes back. Here's the problem though. If Kyrie comes back and Kyrie comes back and the Mavs are 15 games under 500. What does that do for us? If Kyrie comes back and 2 of the 3 Mavs bigs are hurt, what does that do for us? You know what I mean? Like, this Mavs team right now, I've said this. If it weren't for Locked On, I would not be watching them. I'm just going to be honest with you. Not every time. I'd watch their games, but I wouldn't be like watching every minute of their games. The only reason I do right now is because of Locked On. They're incredibly boring. Like that's the problem. Problem with this Mavs team, they've committed the worst sin imaginable. They are so incredibly boring. They are, I honestly think, one of the most boring watches in the league. And I did say, I said if they were going to be good and win games, like they would be a lot of boring games. Right? Like, even if they were winning games, it would be on the back of some pretty boring basketball. But they are dreadfully boring. Yeah, I mean, they committed one of the worst sins. Like, they just... Beyond the... I mean, what is that? 3 or 4 air balls in this game? Oh, yeah, they're going to get destroyed by Houston. They're a bottom 5 team in the league right now. They are legitimately a bottom 5 team in the league. That's not crazy for me to say. They've been a bottom 5 team in the league. I've watched every team in the league play at least once. I cannot name 5 teams worse than them. Great year to be bottom 5. Yeah, but here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. You have teams around you. Like, right now, the Utah Jazz, yes, they've been a better team than you. Full stop. They've been a better team than you. They've been better. They look better. They look like a better basketball team than you. The problem, though, is like the Jazz will reach a point inevitably in February, January. Well, they're not going to be winning games, but they're going to really, really make an effort to lose games. Okay? Do the Kings own their own pick? The Kings have been better than you. As embarrassing as that is to say. Do the Kings own their own pick? They do, don't they? Then yeah. They'll tank. See, the Suns don't have their own pick, so they won't be tanking. The Pelicans, we'll talk about them here more in a second because holy shit. Colby with the 10, not to change the subject, but that World Series was insane. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. The Grizzlies, what's their pick situation? They have their own. Out east, the Nets, I do think you're better than Brooklyn. That's not an achievement. Brooklyn might be... What's the worst record of all time? 7 wins, right? They could be pushing that. I think they could be pushing that. The worst season ever, 7-59 by the Charlotte Bobcats. That was in a shortened year, but by percentage, that was the worst ever. The worst ever in an 82 game season is 9 wins. I actually think that's on the table for them. They look so bad. Coop might not win Rookie of the Year either, which is crazy to say. Oh, I think at this point, I think it'd be a little surprising to me if Coop gets Rookie of the Year. At this point in time, just the way he's looked through the first 6 games, like it would have to be there'd have to be a very significant improvement. VJ's getting unless Spurs go to the finals and it's Harper. No, Harper looks hurt. I think Harper I think suffered a pretty significant calf strain. I actually, honest to God, think the Wizards the Wizards' 1 win is against you. I actually think they're better. Like, I actually do think they're better. Charlotte's better. Indiana, with all of their injuries, probably not. So anyways, I say all that to say Wizards, Nets, Indiana, probably Charlotte at a certain point if we're just being truthful. Jazz, probably the Kings. Those are all teams that at certain points will shut it down. So we'll see what the Mavs do. I don't think the Mavs will shut it down. The casino theory's back on? No. It's just not happening. I'll tell you one thing. There is a team I think is potentially at risk of moving. The Pelicans are in the worst spot in the league. The Pelicans are far and away the worst position in the league. Where do the Mavs go from here? I don't see a great future. I don't know. Don't know, honestly. Sad to report that I'm like reaching the point where I really don't care. Like, it's that bad. I just can't believe how boring they are. I mean, I can believe it, but AD hurt now, Lively, like, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, is there an update on Derek Lively? Has there been a single update on him? Has anybody asked, like, what the fuck's going on with Derek Lively? Has anybody asked? Has there been a single question saying, hey, what is Derek Lively's injury? And is he playing? Like, has anybody even asked a question? I haven't even seen like a classic kid like, oh, well, you know, we're taking it one day at a time quote. Ay. Lively lost relevance when Luka got traded straight up. Lively hasn't been healthy, bro. Like, what do you mean? He hasn't he's played like 5 games since then. Like, straight up, it's been like 6 games. He's played like 7 games since the trade. Too early to roll out the tank, Chief? I mean, 2-4 is 2-4 is definitely not the end of the world. But the way you've looked, AD's already hurt. What's frustrating to me is there are, I think, immediate fixes that make you a more competent team right away. That's what's kind of frustrating to me, and why I think it was after the Wizards game 2 of the year, I was like, something's off. Something is not right immediately with like Kidd. I feel like there's like a, man, I don't give a fuck what the front office says, thing going on with Jason Kidd. A couple of quick fixes, I think, that it could actually change your team immediately right off the rip. That would be starting D'Angelo Russell and putting Klay Thompson's ass on the bench. Like immediately right then and there, I think you're immediately a better team. Immediately, you're a much more competent and competitive team. Have you heard kids saying I can't take it much longer to his wife? I saw that. I don't know. Rockets by 30 tonight? Probably. I don't know. Like, I don't know how you could. Okay, it's one thing if you were to say, hey, we want to like kind of push Cooper Flagg potentially being a point guard. We want to see, like, we want to kind of develop this. We'll do trial by fire. Like we'll throw them out there. But dude, it's been worse than like even the worst case scenario you could have imagined, right? So I think at a certain point, you kind of just have to save them a little bit and just be like, all right, we're going to, So, along with the 5, I'm still awestruck that the Mavs trade the best player in the world. This literally makes no sense. Clearly a business decision, clearly. I mean, I'll just go back to what it was at the beginning. Nico didn't like him. Nico likes AD. That's it, man. There's no grand conspiracy. I'm sorry to report. I don't think there's any grand conspiracy. But anyways, hey man. I'll think this team is like kind of serious. The hell? Is this different? Have they always had the percentages right here? Huh. Colby with the $5. What happened to Clay's 3-point percentage? Was he replaced by a clone? Clay looks dreadful. Just looks bad. Derby basketball YouTubers roasting the Mavericks right now. Good for them. They deserve it. But anyways, I do stand by what I said at the top, where it's like it's an uncomfortable one nobody wants to say, right? But a reason for your struggles early on is like you do have an 18-year-old kid who's looks like an 18-year-old rookie. Nick posted those numbers of like all of the 18-year-olds in the NBA through their first few games, and they're all bad, percentage-wise at least. So it's like that's a big reason. It's a big reason for your slow start. So that's why my thing is, it's like, why not immediately lift some of this pressure off of them? Like, why not immediately take some pressure off, man? Like, you're under as a team, you're under a lot of scrutiny. People are ready to laugh at you and clown on you. It's clear that your 18-year-old rookie, who, by the way, was not drafted to be a point guard, is not ready to play point guard. Like, let's start the guy we got in the offseason who's been good. Like, D'Lo's been good. You should like try your hardest to maximize this good D'Lo stretch. He played damn well the other night. Who did? D'Lo. Yeah, D'Lo's been good this year. Like, bro, I need you guys to understand this, man. They have a plus 10 net rating when D'Angelo Russell's on the floor. I need you guys to look at this shit, man. This is insane to me. They go from being genuinely absolutely horrifically dreadful and minus 22 when D'Lo's off the floor, to a plus 10 when he's playing. Like, dude, that's such a monumental swing. Like, that's nuts to me, bro. This is nuts to me. Touchdown with the 50. What's SEK? Bro's paying me in sex? No offense, AD, but it's kind of funny the sad way that they traded Luka because he was out of shape, and now AD is out of shape. Ain't nothing funny about it. I'm actually curious. What's Yvonne with the 20 months odds J Kid is taking to get Nico fired? What is the Brandon Williams numbers? I mean, they're just way better when Brandon Williams is on the floor. Still not great, but I'm actually curious. What's Flags looking like with D'Lo? Tells you with the $5 slightly what happened to where the peak of the season is Dwight Powell getting MVP chance. That has been the peak of the season. Flag without D'Lo is minus 19. D'Lo without Flag is plus 25. Coupe and D'Lo is minus 4. So bad, but not as bad. You still think this Lakers squad isn't good? I mean, they're pretty good. They're playing really well offensively. I still don't think they're contenders, though. Touchpad with the 50. SEK is Swedish money. By the way, if you want sex, who am I to argue? Hey, to each their own, man. To each their own. D'Lo shooting 39% from the field, not good at all. No, but I mean, his playmaking is so desperately needed on this team that I actually don't even care. I actually think about that for a second. Think about the fact that he hasn't been efficient from the field at all, really. Right? Hasn't been efficient from the field at all. Yet the team is still so much better when he's playing. Think about that for a second. Think about the fact that D'Lo's not even shooting good. Yet they are like actually through 6 games, net rating wise, a good team when he's playing. Aaron with the 199. How much longer until Willie Green is fired? Well, there's some like rumblings that's coming up after their next road trip. With Luka, Flag can be good really quick. Yeah, they should just trade him. Is there a worse GM than Nika right now? Honestly, yes. Yes. Woj just got ejected at a save bond game for getting into an argument with officials. What? Is that real? After a heated verbal altercation with the officiating crew, St. Bonaventure GM Adrian Wojnarowski was just ejected from the venue. What? That is nuts. Please tell me there is a video. Please tell me there is a video of this. Shams absolutely would never. So anyways, yeah, the Mavs are just in a... I'm actually curious. I know there's ways you can look this up. How does... Let's see. Where do I go for this shit? What was the website? Data Baller or some shit like that. Data Baller. Yeah, this is it. There's some stat line shift. Is this the one? Dallas. Okay, I think this is the one. What does Cooper Flag look like with D'Angelo Russell? Cooper Flag with D'Angelo Russell. Oh, dude, why are we fucking him over like this? Is this real? He's 61% true shooting with D'Lo on the floor. Dude, it's just like, that's what's actually kind of frustrating about this is it's like, dude, it's kind of right in front of your face. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like directly in front of your fucking face. Like, stop playing this guy at point guard, man. Like, it's not right. Flag can't play make a bit. Flag can play make. That's what makes this more frustrating. Where does Flag excel as a playmaker, though? As like a secondary playmaker. I agree about Jake. He'll be a star soon. He'll be all-star soon. Guys, Jake LaRavia is not going to be a star soon. Yeah, he's hitting a couple tough fadeaway jumpers right now, which are nice. Jake LaRavia is not going to be a star. Please, for the love of God. Like, for the love of fucking God. Please, guys. Don't piss me off today. Oh, yeah, his turnovers go way down. Like, what did he have the first 5 games of the year? Like, what are we doing? He had 2 good games. $25 points in his first 4 games on 30% shooting. God, I wish I could be like Lakers fans, man. And why wouldn't they be like this, though? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't they? Like, why wouldn't they? Lakers and Denver are the only teams that can beat OKC in a 7-game series. Guys, the Thunder are 7-0. J-Dub hasn't played a game yet. Chet's missed, 3 or 4 straight games? Lou Dort has missed games. Caruso's missed games. Seven and 0. They haven't lost. Just think about that. J-Dub hasn't played a game. And yeah, I really don't think they've been playing that good. To be honest with you. They have been playing better, though. They're starting to hit their threes. They couldn't miss yesterday. LeBron hasn't played a game. J-Dub. I love how like the oscillating Lakers fans where it's like when we want to shit on LeBron, we'll shit on LeBron. When it's time to not shit on LeBron, it's time to not shit on LeBron. Denver OKC would be interesting for sure. For sure. For sure. Are you worried the Mavs are NBA Cup contenders? That's number one on my worry list, man. The NBA Cup. What is worse, Lakers fans or post-trade Luka fans? Huh. Aren't they the same? I'm actually interested. Like, what is oh no, not these two. What is Brandon Williams and Cooper Flag? How many minutes have those even played together? 41 minutes? Dude, this is actually insane, dude. Dude, this is actually nuts. So 41 minutes with Brandon Williams per 75. Coop is 22, 4 and 7, 78% true shooting. Okay. Coop with D'Angelo Russell, 66 minutes, 16 points per 75, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 61% true shooting. I mean, I just like, it's right in front of you're just setting this kid up for disaster, bro. You're just setting this kid up for fucking failure, man. I don't understand it. Touchpad with the 50. What's the conversion rate on that? How much am I getting on that? I appreciate the donation and no matter what. Like, don't get me wrong. What are your thoughts on Dirk not showing up for Flag's debut game? Yeah, Dirk is like, he works for Amazon and their studio is located in LA. So that's not that surprising to me, but also like, yeah, it doesn't shock me. Like, this is actually a little bit nuts to me. My problem with kid experimenting, which I'm never really that opposed to necessarily, is it's like when you're talking about a rookie like this who has struggled to start his career, why not like, okay, we're 6 games in now. Let's try to make life easier on him. Let's try to make life easier on him, okay? I'm going to tweet this out. I'm tweeting both the D-Lo one and the B-Will one. Low-key Coop and Brandon Williams. Dude, Dwight? Dwight with who? There's one thing about trial by fire. And look, I do think there's like Cooper point guard stuff that does make sense to me. Like if you're going to do it over the course of the season and deploy it like over the course of games, that makes total sense to me. I've talked about that. Like if there's moments in games you're like, all right, we want to do a 5-minute stretch here where Coop's leading the ball handler. Great. I like that. Starting games and like starting the season like this, it's just, I don't understand it, man. Goochmaster Extreme with the 199. You've lost the sparkle in your eyes. Thank you. If they trade Kyrie for Morant, I burn my Mavs merch. They're not doing that shit, dude. What the fuck? He'll be fine when Kyrie comes back. That's part of like I'm not gonna lie to you and call this coping all you want. I actually watch this team. I think again, assuming 2 of their 30 centers at least are healthy, right? Just 2 of them, including AD into that group. Kyrie comes back. Like, actually, yeah, I could see it. I could see this being a pretty good team. But again, will you be 15 games under 500 by then? Maybe. Will 2 of your 3 centers be healthy? Probably not. Logan with the $2. Anyone going to see Predator Badlands? I never saw the... that's a sequel to Prey, right? Any news on Dylan Harper? All I know is that he left the stadium in crutches, which is not good at all. Man, the Spurs got their ass beat yesterday, by the way, by a feisty Suns team, guys. I'm not going to call them the pathetic Suns anymore because, frankly, they've been quite feisty. Frankly, they've been playing quite well, and honestly, it's quite encouraging. Devin Booker, he's no longer crybaby Booker. He looks rejuvenated once Kevin Durant left. And Bradley No Deal Beal, he was dragging them down, folks. Dylan Harper, calf, leaves arena in walking boot. Yeah, that ain't good. Now, sometimes, though, to be fair, sometimes they'll do that. No. It wasn't an Achilles tear. Sometimes they'll do this as like to be super, careful. Be super cautious with the injury. Do you see Jalen Green's new tattoo? I saw the tweet and immediately kept scrolling. Why is every NBA YouTuber making these teams are bad vids? Why is Sebastian Telfair in prison? What did I just read? What the fuck happened there? Why is he in prison? Turning himself into federal prison. Why is he in prison? Oh, he was part of that. He was part of that. No, it wasn't gambling. He was part of that. The healthcare scam thing that happened with Big Baby Davis and Tony Allen. That's right. Is is Big Baby Davis in prison right now? He's in prison. 40 months. Damn. Free Big Baby till it's backward. Baby Big free. No, Big Baby Davis is on injury list. That's a good one. That is a good one. Oh, man. So why did Sebastian Telfair only get 6 months in prison for this? But Glenn Big Baby Davis gets 40. Was he their mastermind? Miles Turner revenge game is tonight. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, the Cowboys play tonight, don't they? Hey, Sunderland's about to play, aren't they? Saturday, we got a big match. Sunderland and Arsenal. Sunderland, the Cinderella story of the Prem. Guys, we call it the Prem. And I've said this before, but a lot of you guys still get confused. And I understand the American like sports brain and stuff. How confused you guys get. But when we say Prem, we mean the Premier League. It's just kind of the way, like, you know, if somebody calls like the NBA the association, right? Just in case you guys didn't know. Oh, they play it too. Sunderland and Everton. Sunderland now, man. How about them? Right? I mean, I've told you guys, I've got a lot of family still living in London, but from London, and they're all big. Like the older ones are all big time Sunderland fans. I mean, diehards. So it's been fun to watch. Like diehard have been riding for them forever. Oh, and by the way, I will be in London in like 3 weeks. Four weeks I will be in London. But actually, I think I'll be on a train in 4 weeks to Paris. No, I'm not doing slightly offline. I mean, I won't be online much, but I'm not doing like an unplugged thing. I mean, what's it going to be? I come back for slightly unplugged. All right, what happened? Mavs lost every game they played. Oh, yippee. What's that? Another injured player? Oh, 3 guys are going to be out for 4 weeks? Cool. Yeah, thank God. Thank God I came back to that. I'm only going to be in London in like 2 days, I think, total. But yeah. It's mainly a trip to Paris. I've never been to Paris. This was supposed to be, I was supposed to go, obviously, in June. I was supposed to go in June. No, I'm not going to Europe to avoid watching the Mavs. I was supposed to go in June, broke my ankle. I was supposed to go to Italy in London. But I mean, like, Italy was a trip. But anytime I go to Europe, home base, London, say what's up to some fam, go about my ways everywhere else. Had to reschedule my trip. Is it always cloudy in London? No. It is pretty rainy there, though. By the time you're back, Musa Cisse will be starting for the Mavs. Yeah, maybe. So what does FAM mean? Can you explain your abbreviations? Yeah, no, that's a good question. So FAM is typically short for family. Now, there's a couple different ways. You know, there is kind of like a slang. It's like, what's up, fam? Like, what's up, family? And when you're calling somebody family, sometimes when you're calling somebody family, they're not like technically your family. There's not like a blood relation there. It's more just like a, hey, you know, you're my friend. I rock with you. Like, we've been through a lot together. So you're my family. You're like my extended family. Does that make sense, guys? I use it for famine. Okay. I mean, I haven't seen that one. Will you be live streaming Mavs games when you're out of the country? What the hell do you think, man? What the hell do you think? You think I'm going to stay up till 4 a.m, Paris time, to watch the Mavs lose by 26 points to the Denver Nuggets? Like, what the fuck do you think, man? Yes. Yeah, I'll be live for sure. Well, the good thing is like, it's pretty tame over Thanksgiving break, isn't it? Like, they don't play on Thanksgiving ever. So let's see. Mavs play that Monday, the Heat. That's a loss for sure. I leave Saturday. They play the Grizzlies. That's probably an L. That Friday they play the Lakers. Oh, I'm gonna miss that. Wow. I'm gonna miss a Luka revenge game. Let B-Dot stream. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, yes. I'm actually so pumped I'm missing this. I am missing a back-to-back 2 9 p.m. games in a row. I'm missing it. Thank God. Thank God. That actually makes me so happy. Wow. 9 p.m. So that means that game will start over there at 3 a.m. Just wake up early and hammer it out. Wake up early, hammer out a quick little game. Will every Lakers Mavs games be Luka revenge? Yeah. All right, let's see. Some of the other games from last night, yesterday. I watched the Thunder obliterate the Pelicans. Dude, the Pelicans, I think I saw they're the first team in NBA history to have 3 30-point losses in their first 6 games. It's actually quite weird because how many games has Zion missed? Only 1, right? Off the top of my head. Does that sound right? Like that, they looked like a good team in this Clippers game. Kawhi hit a game winner. Like, Jeremiah Fears was awesome down the stretch. Got obliterated by the Nuggets. That game was over in the second quarter. Got obliterated by the Celtics. That's kind of an embarrassing one. But like, Spurs went to overtime. Like that, they looked pretty decent in that game. You know, Zion looked really good. Lost on the road to Memphis to start the season. Like, oh well, like they didn't look terrible, but like 3 30-point losses, man. They got the Mavericks on Wednesday. Poop Fecta? Yeah, it's the toilet bowl. A disappointment bowl. This team, though, like, I mean, are you done? If you start the season 0-6, are you done? Like, truthfully, in the West, is there, like, any pathway for you? Because it's not like... It's not like... I could maybe understand it if you start 0-6, maybe you have some injuries and you've been competitively in these games. Like, you're pretty much done. And they don't own their pick. Oh, man. And Derek Queen's like barely playing. I mean, at least Fears does look pretty good. Fears does look pretty good. His like drive frequencies up there towards the top of the league with some of these other guys. So that is good. He's been solid. You know, he's been really good for them so far because he's 19. Been looking really good for a 19-year-old rookie. Trey Murphy, it's about time the nerds, and hey, I succumbed to it too, only because, yeah, at his size with like some of the juice he has, but the fact that he'll shoot the ball from 34 feet away like it's nothing is interesting. Like, hand up. I watched him this year. I'm just like, I mean, he's all right. He's probably very overrated. Very overrated by nerds, at least. Pels will trade Hawks Zion for their pick back. Dude, why the fuck would the Hawks do that, man? I'm looking at one of the most valuable assets in the league right now. Like, I've got potentially a top 5 pick in the draft this upcoming year in a loaded draft, and I don't even have to do anything. Like, I don't even have to do shit. But I guess for me, like, I feel, here's what will happen, I feel like. They're better than this, I think. I don't think they're the worst team in the West. I don't think they'll finish as the worst team in the West. I think what'll probably happen is come into February, March, when the bad teams are like, all right, let's go. Let's ramp it up. We need to lose as many games as possible. The Pelicans will still be like, you know what? We got to win. We got to win some. We got to salvage this a little bit. And they'll win games just because of that. Enough to boost, like to raise that. To raise the pick into like the 7-8 range. Will Silver give the Pelicans a top 3 though, or is draft deep enough? I mean, they don't have their pick. So people like that trade is horrible. Trading an unprotected future first for Derek Queen is terrible. Right? Like that trade is god awful the moment it was made. I see people like the Pacers trade, that's just cursed. That's being a cursed franchise. Like, the logic of the Pacers trade made sense to me. You're trading with the team that is in the NBA Finals as of the time of the trade. They're going to be good again next year. Like, this gives you another pick in the draft. That pick next year is probably going to be bad. Like, yeah, let's do the trade. Tyrese Halliburton tears his Achilles days later. Like, that's just being a cursed ass team. Okay? That's just being a cursed franchise. Why is Cooper getting so much criticism on Twitter? Because it's fucking Twitter, man. It's Twitter. Anyways, like, I think the Pelicans are the worst, just pure fan situation in the league. Like, maybe you could argue the Mavs just because of all of the things that you had that got ripped away out of nowhere and now you're bad. But at least you do have Cooper Flag. Like, it's really bad in New Orleans. It's really, really bad. And the new conspiracies, I don't know if you guys have seen this. The new conspiracies are that they're actually wanting to move. And this is a double agent situation. Dumars has been sent in to tank the team in an effort to get them out of New Orleans. I'm actually kind of at the point with the Pelicans where if you were just to ask me 10 years from now, are the Pelicans either A, playing in a different city, or B, on their way to a different city? Or are they still in New Orleans? I think I would take the first option. Is that nuts to say? Is that nuts to say? Because, surely they've got to have... I'm trying to think, how old is the Smoothie King Arena? They've got to have a stadium situation coming up. Right? That's typically when teams move. New Orleans... Pelicans, Smoothie King, horrible arena, by the way. I've been. Smoothie King Center Lease. Oh, God, this being the number one search thing is not good. Set to expire on June 30th, 2024. Uh-oh. The team has exercised its option to remain in the arena at least through the end of the decade. Uh-oh. Huh, that's usually when things get dicey. I don't know. Damn, man. 0-6 with 3 30-point losses. I'm looking at their subreddit right now. This is one of the top ones. Pelicans DeJounte Murray upset his baby mama, Janaea Michelle, won't stay out of the streets. First comment. I'm damn near my breaking point with this team. Oh, man. That's fucking a hilarious comment. That is a hilarious comment. That's how I felt all summer with the PJ Washington stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit. Oh my God. That's really funny. That is really funny. Mavs will be bad because Nico demanded another first-round pick from Silver. He said that getting AD and Flag is not enough. Mavs after this year don't have a first until 2031. No, that's not necessarily true. They don't have full control of their first. They do have swaps. But yeah, they don't have full control over their firsts, though. That you would be correct there. I think the only pick, what is it? It's like a 2027, very, 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 very lightly protected pick. You think Mavs have a shot at top 5 in the standings? A lot would have to go right for this team quickly. Top 2 protected in 27, and then what? Was it 29 that was unprotected to the Nets, or 28? Damn, so you don't have a pick at all in the 27 draft, huh? At least not yet. At least not yet. There's always time to get some. Your skin looks nice today. Thank you. I'm locking in, by the way, between now and my trip to Europe, which is a little under 4 weeks away. I'm sorry, a little under 3 weeks away now. Wait. Yeah, a little under 3 weeks away. No bad food besides Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings, I get Lane's chicken every Sunday. You think there are any protections after that? 28, 30 swaps and 29 is gone. All right. And then they have the Lakers 29 first. Fuck. We'll take that. We'll take it. Who's going to be 3? Boozer probably. But Boozer and Flag kind of be weird next to each other. Hey, there we go. AJ DiVincenzo first game tonight. All right, let's go. What's that Gunna song? That Gunna song is going to be the song of the year for us, guys. We should trade Clay and AD before the deadline. All right, let's see. What else happened last night? Bulls and Spurs both got their first losses. I'm not going to lie. I watched this Bulls-Knicks game last night before going to bed. I still left it thinking, like, damn, I kind of think this Bulls team is pretty good. Like, what are the Knicks? The Knicks were like 50+% from 3, right? 47. But they couldn't miss. They couldn't miss for most of the game. I mean, I said this when I was talking about the Knicks. Like, they get good threes, so I'm not worried about them at all. They get good shots. But I still have to thinking, like, because obviously there's a lot of numbers that say this Bulls start is a little bit fraudulent. But I left it like, dude, they still look pretty good to me. Like, they played competitively in this game. Giddey does look good. Giddey does look legitimately good. And so does Bazulis. Hornets bought the Jazz. Couldn't tell you the first thing about this game. Only thing I know about the Sixers-Nets game is that Quentin Grimes had 13 assists. The Nets, honest to God, might win 6 games. I mean, that's seriously that could happen. Oh yeah, and the Lakers beat the Heat 130-120. If the Mavs trade AD this year, in my opinion, it makes Nico look a zillion times worse. Yeah, I'm just really doubt Nico would trade AD. I really do doubt it. If Nico got fired, okay, different stuff. Dude, I damn near turned this game off when Jackson Hayes just laced the 3. I mean, you would think that he was like a 40% high volume 3-point shooter, the way that shot looked. Anyone going to mention AD's weight this year? A million people have mentioned it, dude. I mean, literally a million fucking people. Thoughts on John Morant? I don't know him. Best of luck to him. $29 points for Luka hurts the possibility for 40 points per game over the season. Yeah, that does. Only a 29-point triple-double for Luka does knock his his total stats down. He's only at 41 points a game now. So that hurts him. To be honest, I would rather watch the losing Mavs or seeing Coop getting more touches and being aggressive offensively. I'm actually kind of the opposite. I want to see Flag play more at the forward spot. Feels like the Cup is set up for the Lakers and Thunder to play. Is that tonight? What are the Cup nights? Is it Wednesdays? When the fuck are the Cup nights? Only Fridays? I thought it was Fridays and Tuesdays or something like that. Mavs get their first Cup game. Players to watch, PJ Watt. Oh my God. Look at this shit, man. The Mavs players to watch is PJ at 13 points a game. Oh. That is just insanity to me, man. That's one of the saddest things I've seen. I have to the Cup thing, and I'll plant my flag here. I don't like the way they do the Cup groups. The Cup groups would be a little bit more fun if it's like let's have a mix of East and West teams within the groups. Because then it's like, oh, I'm playing like the Sixers. Like the Mavericks never play the Sixers in like a game that's like has any implications other than a regular season game. Like in the rare chance of those two teams meet in the finals, right? I'm just pulling like two random franchises. So like it would be cool if it's the Mavs and Sixers in the Cup game. You know, like they should that should be how they do it. Like I don't understand. You know, is it a travel thing? Teams travel all the time. They should mix it up. Add some variety. Did you enjoy the Game 7 masterpiece on Saturday? I did, yes. I think I'm going to do a ramble video today about like, okay, what could the NBA learn? Because the MLB, I don't want to say the MLB was dead necessarily, but it was not in a good place, really. And the MLB's up and down, up and down, up and down. They've always kind of been like that. So the MLB is like bad. It is like really reaching a high end point. I mean, their ratings were incredible. Game 7, like obviously, but MLB ratings have just been up in general pretty big time. Game 7 of Dodgers Blue Jays series drew 25.5 million viewers on Fox. Like, let's just see NBA Game 7 ratings. What were the Game 7 ratings for the NBA Finals? I'm trying to pull it up. Most watched NBA Finals game in 6 years. 19.5 is what it peaked at. Wow. So the Game 7 of the MLB peaked at 11 million more viewers. Is that now? Actually, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if this is just U.S. ratings. I don't know. I don't know if this counts. What else this counts? I think it's just U.S. ratings. Because I don't think it's on like it's not on Fox in Canada, is it? Like this is only U.S. Aren't the Dodgers the equivalent to the 2017 Warriors? Kind of. It's on TSN. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think that those ratings count. So I'm wondering what can the NBA do similar to how like the MLB completely changed their MLB added so many drastic changes that helped improve the product. Like I'm not talking about what are some like gimmicky ass things we can do to improve ratings. You know, like let's pull some gimmicks out of our ass. What are some things they can do to actually improve the product? Because that's what baseball did. Baseball really didn't do any gimmicky ass shit. I mean, kind of gimmicky, but they did it with the sole purpose of like, let's improve the product as much as possible. I think Banana Ball helped get more people into baseball. You think? Really? I'm clearly not the demographic. I cannot for the life of me understand Banana Ball. For the life of me, I cannot understand it. It's like anytime I see a clip of it, I immediately get a headache. NBA Game 7 was a Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, I agree. Let's start there. Some of the start times are bizarre. This game started at 7 p.m., right? And started at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't like how the NBA does 8 p.m. start times. I hate it for their big games, 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't understand it at all. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. Especially when you are immediately going to start 15 to 20 minutes past that scheduled start time. MLB not only starts right on time, they will quite literally put on their start times like 7:06. Like it will tell you when you look at the start, like exactly when first pitch will be 7:06. If they start any earlier on the West Coast, people will still be at work. But this, like, Game 7 of the finals for the NBA was on a Sunday. Game 7 here was on a Saturday. Like, okay, but the MLB does this. The MLB started all of their World Series games at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They had a fucking West Coast team in the World Series. And yet they're doing some of the best numbers they've done in decades. So I don't think that's a valid excuse, honestly. I don't think that's a valid excuse. Actually, I think this actually points it towards like, you don't have to do this. What about so in case you're unaware, MLB did, if you don't follow, MLB did some like significant rule changes, like pretty big time ones. They kind of started with phasing out the DH. That was something that was met with a lot of like, whoa, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like a lot of baseball purists were like, this sucks. But they realized, like, dude, who wants to go watch the pitcher fucking strike out 3 times a game? Like, that shit sucks. Reed, 18 months, I'm back again. What up, Reed? All the old heads who love baseball are still watching TV. Okay, yeah. That's all great. I'm saying let's look at the results. MLB made some significant changes to improve their product for the viewer. And look at how successful it's been for them. Can the NBA learn from this? Because I'm of the belief that the NBA, the product on the floor, talent-wise, skill-wise, strategy-wise, is phenomenal. They drag their own product down at times. They drag their own product down. MLB realized our games are going 4 hours. People are just standing around for half the fucking game. Nobody's stealing bases anymore. Like, this shit's got to stop. Teams have gotten so analytical that teams will just shift and it's impossible to get hits. Like, let's make some changes. So here's what they did. They got rid of the DH. They implemented the DH rule in the National League. So no more do we have to sit there and watch a pitcher swing and miss 45 times a game. Thank God. Get that shit out the fucking game. It's dreadful. Okay? So they got that out. That was kind of met with some like, whoa, guys, like, chill out. Then they completely and totally changed the shift rules. You could still technically shift, but they basically nerfed it pretty big time. With the idea of being like, we want more hits. We don't want everything to be home runs, strikeouts, or walks. Like, it sounds cool in theory, but nobody really actually likes that. So let's tone down the shifts. Let's add a pitch clock. That's the biggest one. That's trying to think what's the biggest one. The DH rule is pretty big. But the pitch clock obviously is the biggest one. Let's take the 3.5 hour long random games in May, and let's cut that shit down. Games are going to be 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay. Yeah. In the regular season, ghost runner rule. We don't want 18 inning regular season games. Like, let's just be real. They sound fun in theory, but they're not really fun when you watch. And we're getting late in games, and these teams can't score, and you know, guys are having to throw 70 pitches, and they can't pitch again for another 6 days. Like, let's fucking ghost runner rule. Then it was, let's change the bases. Let's make it to where you can only pick off 2 or 3 times, and let's make the bases bigger. So let's bring back stealing. I mean, those are all like pretty dramatic changes, and I think they've all been pretty successful. And now they're going to implement the ABS. Whatever that shit's called, automatic strike zone. That one I'm a little bit more on the fence about, only because whenever I grew up, played baseball, I was a catcher, so I appreciate the art of framing pitches a little bit, and I do think it's a skill. I do think it's part of the game within the game. So in my opinion, I don't know how much I love the idea of an automatic strike zone. But I do get it. So for basketball, what could they do? First and foremost, we got to cut the reviews down. Immediately, I would say cut reviews down. What makes basketball so fun is that it's this free-flowing sport. You know, you get to these moments late in games, and it's like, if it's 2 or 3 minutes left in the game and it's a 2-point game, like that in theory should be the most exciting thing in all of sports. I've long had this belief. The final 2 or 3 minutes of a close NBA game, there should be nothing better in sports than that. Especially if it's 2 good teams. You got some of the best players in the world. Best players in the world, mano a mano, last 2 or 3 minutes. Let's fucking do it. We shouldn't be extending that to 20 minutes. We shouldn't be constantly fucking the flow of that game up for reviews, for 4 different timeouts. Like each team gets 2 timeouts in the final 3 minutes. They use all of them. Like that's right then and there. That's what? That's 12 minutes at least, because those timeout breaks are usually like 3 minutes long. Right, those timeout breaks are usually 3 minutes long, and sometimes, depending on the game and stuff, they could bump those up to 4 or 5. So you're talking like right off the rip, 14, 15 minutes of stoppages, just right then and there. Like that's just for the timeouts that will occur. 14 or 15 minutes. Then you're probably going to get a review. Like you're almost certainly going to get at least one review in those last 2 or 3 minutes. Like almost certainly you're going to get a review. So I would say like keep time. If you want to do 2 timeouts, one should just be, hey, you get a 30-second timeout. Like quick little get a team huddle and that's it. And let's go. Like we're not going to commercial break. We're not doing any of that shit. And then you should get your last timeout should be an advanced timeout like they do in the WNBA. You shouldn't have 2 different timeouts where you can go and huddle for 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah, a reset timeout. Where all you do is you can make a sub and you can advance the ball. You don't huddle up. I think they should also get rid of intentionally fouling up 3. You don't want to see a game end like that, man. Like nobody really wants to do it. The Mavs won a game recently where they did it. Like nobody actually wants to see it. It's smart, obviously. Like, yes. I don't think that's going to bring the ratings up drastically. But what it comes down to is if the product improves, the point where it's like, hey, have you guys been watching the NBA? Like the changes they made in the end of games has been great. Like these games flow so well at the end where it's just like those last 2 or 3 minutes are some of the most intense things in sports. There's no more stoppages. There's no more like this actually takes 20 minutes. Like it's boom. You have to be tuned in. That's what baseball did with the pitch clock, man. The pitch clock was not a very popular thing by baseball purists, at least. And then over time, it was like, hey, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but like baseball's with the pitch clock, it's like way easier to watch on TV now. It's like way more enjoyable to watch on TV. And then over time, it's just like, all right, I've been watching. 1-on-1 free throws. I mean, so like, if you're talking drastic rule changes, like free throws being, you get 2 free throws, you only get 1. If you make it, you get the 2 points. If you don't get anything. That one's a little intense. You could do the college 1-on-1 rules. You could get the college 1-on-1 rules. What about I oscillate back and forth on this all the time. And I actually do think deep down, it would make for a very entertaining product. In its own way. Would it be better? I'm not sure. What about the Elam ending? That would kind of eliminate some of the intentional fouling shit. I'm out on that. They'll never do that. No, they'll absolutely never do that. Elam ending is instead of the fourth quarter being the 12 minutes, the there's a target ending. So it depends on like, what is it they typically do? It's like they add 25, 30 points, 25, 30 points to the team that's leading. And that's the target score. I look at it from the viewpoint of like, it would open up the door for some more like kind of crazy comebacks. Every game would technically end on a game winner. Right? Now that's not saying like every shot will be crazy. That's not necessarily true, but they would never do that because it would disrupt the gambling lines. Man, fuck the gambling lines. They could make the games longer for sure. They would never do that. No, they'll never do EM ending. They would never do it. The only time I could see them maybe doing it is like similar to how the MLB added the ghost rule, the ghost runner rule and extra innings, like doing something like that for overtime. Like let's make it overtime is like, what would you do? 1st to 10 or something? Luka's buzzer beater in 2021 playoffs made my wife a diehard fan. All I know is this. The NBA does need to fix their end of game stuff. They need to figure out a way. Whatever it is. Whether it's an ELAM ending, whether it's, hey, if you intentionally foul, it's free throws and the ball or something along those lines. Also, like, hey, MLB implemented a pitch clock. I know the NBA has their 10-second free throw rule. Actually fucking implement that. Because Giannis's bitch ass takes 40 seconds. Like he does. Like, don't let it be like Giannis walks his way slowly to the free throw line. I don't want the ball yet, ref. I don't want the ball yet. Let me sit here for 13 seconds and stare at the rim. Okay, now I want the ball, ref. Now I'm taking a full 10 seconds. Clank off the fucking side of the rim. Oh, okay. Hold on a second, ref. Let me step outside the 3-point line. Let me look. Let me step in. I don't want the ball yet, ref. Let me stare at the thing for 30 seconds. All right, now give it to me. Now I'm taking 13 seconds and you're never going to call it because you're a pussy. Right? Boom, clank off. Like, hey, look, the Giannis free throw thing always has pissed me off beyond belief. Because you know what? Hey, man, if he was a 90% free throw shooter and it's like, this is just his thing, like, okay, still fucking annoying. But all right, he sucks dick at shooting free throws and he still does. Well, it's Giannis's thing. Who gives a fuck? He's a 60% free throw shooter. He's shit at the line. He's shit. So not only do I have to watch him go up there and loiter around for a minute while he's waiting to shoot his free throws over 10 times a game, mind you, I have to watch him clank it. Like, Jesus. I also think you probably have to eliminate the player driving at the rim and sensing the defender bump him and then going up. It's the most popular grift move currently. I think you probably have to move that to on the floor. It makes it difficult because how do you officiate that properly? But that almost needs to change to a on the floor foul. But that's the most common grift currently. Getting a player up in the air always should be a shooting foul. That is a shooting foul every day of the week. You get a player up in the air, you jump into him, that's a shooting foul. The player moves their feet and you feel them on you and you throw up. That should be on the floor. They should change that. That's the most common grift right now. Far and away the most common grift. The defense should need their feet set. They should own their defensive space. There also should, like, it's just, some of this would be so hard to actually, like, rule, but it's like, did you make an honest attempt at scoring the basketball? Did you make an honest attempt at scoring? MLB is going towards taking officials' judgment out of the game. NBA needs to do that too. That's impossible for the NBA. MLB makes sense because you do have a strike zone and you have the technology to, hey, when the ball crossed the plate, it was here on the strike zone. That's a strike. Like, NBA does not have that. Your champion MVP is the worst one. Yeah, I mean, Shea was like that. Luka, that's Luka. How many free throws a game is Luka attempting this year? That's one of Luka's go-to moves too, dude. That's Reeves' go-to move. I'm driving, a player's bumping me, I'm throwing it up at the rim, and I'm going to the free throw line. I mean, I agree Shea does it. It's the most common grift move currently. I think the honest attempt is what sets Luka and Shea apart. Come on. Come on. Luka throws them up at the rim, but he is attempting to draw a foul. Every great scorer grifts and foul baits. So I'm not doing this debate with you guys right now. I've said it forever. Honestly, like, I wish Kyrie grifted more. Kyrie's probably the only scorer, like, real legitimate scorer, like, who grifts the least, I'd have to say. I think Luka has more of the, okay, whatever. Like, fine. I'm not even doing this argument with you guys right now. Like, I'm not even doing an argument. Whatever. Interesting. I kind of go back and forth on the Elam, man. Part of me actually really believes it would be better. Logan at the 5. This might be controversial, but limit the 3-pointers to 25 per game. Teams that have strategies, be more cautious. It'd be more intense. I actually go the opposite way there. I think any attempt to limit the amount of 3-pointers shot in today's NBA with the floor spacing and the skill would make a much worse product. I don't think people realize that. Though the amount of 3 shot obviously has to do with the fact that analytics have said, hey, these are just the most efficient shots. We should be shooting these more. But also, like, it's a byproduct of everybody can kind of shoot now. And these players are so skilled one-on-one that they can easily get into the paint and suck in defense. So there's a lot of good-looking threes. Like, if you replace that, what would it then be? Like, we're just going to settle for, like, contested layups now because we can't shoot a 3 again? or we're just going to step in and take a 17-foot jumper. Like I feel like that would actually be bad. I thought we all kind of knew Luka was a total grifter. What's with the stance? There's some subsect of Luka stans who do not think he grifts and foul baits, and I do not for the life of me understand it. It's just like he is. There's nothing wrong with that. All of the great scorers are foul grifters. All of them are. I play sports with 199. Who says Lakers and Mavs fans can't get along? Now, if you want to make it to where there's like, hey, we are implementing a 3-second rule in the corner. So you can't just be camped out in the corner for a whole possession. That's true. That's true. Steph really doesn't grift much. Steph does have his own grifts where he knows if a player's coming off of a screen, he gets a handoff and a player's trailing him on a screen. He knows he can kind of like contort his body midair. But it's not. Bleacher Report has a pretty good article talking about 7 ways to improve the NBA. I want to make it very clear whenever I'm talking about this stuff. I think the NBA is fantastic. I'm not talking about it from a place where it's like, this league sucks. Like, this league sucks and it needs to be fixed. Like, I think the league's very good. But I think it could be better. Like, I'm just thinking of it from the perspective of like, if I'm like working in the league office, I'm looking at the success the MLB's had this postseason, and I'm saying, yeah, what can we do to replicate that? What can we do to kind of piggyback off that? Like, honestly, college basketball should implement the ELAM ending yesterday. The ending of college basketball games, and I'm saying this as a casual college basketball viewer, a gigantic reason why I just will not watch college basketball. The end of games are horrible. So bad in college basketball. Okay, can someone explain to me, what is the hype thing on YouTube? I should probably know this stuff. What is the hype thing on YouTube now? Is that a new thing? I've seen that. Oh, by the way, on the Clips channel is doing phenomenal. Rate-wise, growth-wise, the Clips channel is actually like having the best month of any channel I've ever had. I logged onto the Clips channel like analytics app, the YouTube app, and I had one of my clips videos was a top 100 video of the day in Estonia. Shout out to Estonia, man. We got any Estonians in the chat? We got any Estonians? I'm honestly trying to think if I could find Estonia on a map. Latvia. Okay, I was just about to say, is Estonia around Latvia? Like up in the north, kind of by Finland? I'm a geolocator pro. I am. Also, I want to emphasize this whenever we have these conversations, because I think a common retort is like, hey man, not everything, like this is how the game's played, like not everything is for the fans. But like at the end of the day, yes it is. Like yes it is. It is an entertainment driven league. They make millions of dollars. These players make tens of millions of dollars per year because the fans pay to go to games, the fans pay to buy their merchandise, the fans pay to watch it on TV, advertisers pay to take up advertising space. So yeah, for the long terms, like longevity of the league, these leagues are so big now, they're not at any risk of going under, right? But for the longevity of the league, it's best to put the best entertainment product forward, full stop. Eliam ending in the cup next year seems like a fair way to try it out. That's true. They could do that. Honestly, I'd get rid of the play-in tournament, go back to 1-8 playoff seed style. Logan, I've actually kind of been thinking I don't like the play-in tournament. And this is coming from a guy who's a fan of a team that will almost certainly be fighting tooth and nail to be a play-in team. I kind of think I don't like it. I just, once you make it to where 2/3 of the league has a chance to at least make the playoffs or make it the postseason, I think you reach a point then where it's like, what are we doing? Like, this is too far. And it actually kind of puts you in this weird spot as a fan where it's like my team won 34 games and you're telling me I could fuck up my entire draft position if I win 2 games? Like, fuck that. It's like last year, man. It's like, can you imagine if the Mavs won that play-in game against the Grizzlies? Like, ugh. We are not far. And I promise you this will happen. I promise you this will happen at some point. A team will tank a play-in game. It's going to happen. I don't know when. I don't know how. There will be a time where a team is in the play-in tournament with a lottery-protected pick or some shit, and they tank it intentionally. Then you're going to have a problem on your hands. Maybe if you're really committed to it, maybe it's like, hey, if you're within 2 games or something like that, you have an opportunity. But yeah, I think the play-in tournament in its current form, I think it's bad. I really do think it's bad. I think it's bad. Are we sure the Mavs didn't do that? No. Lively for Ja, who says no. So the Grizzlies do. Here's the thing about any potential Grizzlies Ja trade, right? And I think it's important to understand this. And I think I've talked about this before with Ja Morant specifically. Memphis is not Los Angeles. I don't even think the Grizzlies have like a connection with Memphis to the point where it's like, it doesn't matter. People love the Grizzlies. Like they'll come out and watch. I don't even think they necessarily have that. I could be wrong on that. But for Memphis, having Ja Morant extends beyond being like a basketball team, being like a good team. We have this very marketable star who has his own Nike shoe, who is one of the most popular and well-recognized player in the game. We trade him, now what? Like, local interest in the team craters. Again, we don't have this. We're not in a ginormous market, right? We don't have this kind of like established rapport with our fans, really. So it's like, hey man, look, the Mavs trade away Luka Doncic. Stadium is still sold out. Every night, stadium is still sold out. Now they got lucky getting Cooper Flag, don't get me wrong, but like it's a metroplex with 8 million people. There's kind of an established rapport there. No, I think it'll have to be if there's like somebody waiting in the wings. If it's like there's somebody now, like if GG Jackson panned out or something, which he's not, he hasn't. But if it was like, oh, GG Jackson's kind of ready to take over and like everyone loves him, that's when it could be like, I think we move off Ja and just kind of hand the keys over. I guess it'd be different if it starts to get so ugly. But Jaren Jackson Jr. is not marketable like that. And in a team with Jaren Jackson, like you could at least somewhat convince yourself that a team with Ja Morant, he's a guard. He can score. Like no one thinks your team's gonna win it all. Jaren Jackson Jr. is your best player. Like you can't even like really trick yourself into thinking that. All right, that'll do it for me today, folks. I got to work on a Bleacher Report video. We'll be live tonight, and I'm about to drop a Clips ramble session on the Clips channel. Thank you all for coming out today. All of the OGs, you guys know I love you very much. Could have spent your Monday morning anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. Partho at the 499. Bubble play-in where you had to be a certain number of games back worked. It was only teams looking to compete and the rest were organically weeded out. Yeah, I agree. If you want to go that route, I think I'm okay with that. And that could be like your excuse to be like, all right, the play-in's been kind of shitty. Majestically atrocious voice. Thank you for that. I've never heard someone say that. Majestically atrocious. That's a new one. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. All the OGs, guys. All the regulars, has been here. New subscribers. I promise you guys not regret it. Donations, members, you guys never have to do that, but it helps me out tremendously. Makes me feel so good. I'll see you all in a few hours. We'll be live here to watch some of the games tonight. Good amount of games tonight. Good slate of games tonight. Obviously, we're going to watch the Mavericks fucking embarrass themselves, but there's other games on too. Love you all. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll talk with you all later. Bye.